You are how you connect or how you disconnect. You know what? The moments you share with your partner determine not just how long your relationship lasts, but how deeply you'll live. It sounds dramatic, but this idea comes straight from one of the world's most respected relationship researchers, Dr. Robert Levenson from UC Berkeley. He believed that connection done in a specific, intentional way helps protect your emotional bond, support mutual growth, and keep your relationship functioning like it's supposed to. We'll begin with Dr. Levenson's 3 core connection principles, then walk through practical habits you can start using right now. The same habits that support the remarkable longevity seen in couples who've stayed together for 40 years or more. Most of the information in this video is from Dr. Levenson's groundbreaking longitudinal study, which tracked couples from 1989 to 2009, revealing the daily connection habits he observed in his healthiest, longest-lasting relationships. The 3 core principles of lasting love. Dr. Levenson didn't just say spend more time together. He taught 3 very specific habits that he believed made all the difference. First, create micro moments of positivity, resonance, especially during ordinary daily interactions. He discovered through laboratory observations that couples who experienced brief moments where they lit up together, experienced sudden joy, closeness, and intimacy, lived longer and healthier lives than their more quarrelsome counterparts. In his view, this simple habit of creating small pockets of emotional synchrony throughout the day allows your relationship to restart its connection after hours of being apart, preparing itself for the challenges ahead. During work or time apart, individual stress accumulates, professional pressures build, personal frustrations concentrate, and the emotional distance between partners becomes more pronounced by evening. This is why those first moments of reconnection feel so critical. They rehydrate your emotional bond, help flush out what's been processed independently, and give your relational systems the reset they need to start the evening smoothly. More importantly, Dr. Levenson believed that this early connection helps activate your natural capacity for empathy and understanding, giving your relationship the emotional environment it needs to repair, clean, and function at its best. Many couples who adopted this micro-moment ritual reported better communication, deeper intimacy, and steadier emotional safety. Benefits. Dr. Levenson consistently saw in couples who lived long, connected lives together. The science of emotional synchrony. According to Dr. Levenson, positivity resonance is the spark of connection. He believed that these micro-moments are the invisible force that decides how fast relationships deteriorate or thrive. The tiny sparks that create emotional safety, repair daily wounds, clear resentments, and keep every interaction running smoothly. When these moments get neglected or depleted, the relationship slows down, and so does its lifespan. But here's the part most people never hear. Dr. Levenson proved that something as simple as how you greet each other after work can either protect these connection moments or drain them. In his research published in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, proper emotional attunement isn't just about romance. It's one of the easiest ways to keep your bond clean, efficient, and youthful for decades. Second, share your wins, not just your worries space. Your emotional sharing throughout the relationship, never hoarding it all for crisis moments. Dr. Levenson emphasized that how you celebrate together is just as important as how you support each other through hardship. Instead of only connecting during problems, something he believed creates a negative association with intimacy, and forces the relationship into constant repair mode, he recommended spreading your positive moments evenly from morning to evening. Psychologists call this capitalization. Research shows that couples who actively share and celebrate each other's good news tend to have stronger, happier relationships. The emotional system can only process roughly one major conversation per interaction. Dumping multiple heavy topics at once floods the connection, dilutes emotional capacity, and can cause temporary overwhelm, sometimes leading to withdrawal, defensiveness, or shutting down. Even if you don't reach these extremes, the sudden emotional load makes your partner struggle to catch up, rapidly shifting between topics and putting unnecessary stress on your relational system. A steady approach, on the other hand, supports emotional digestion, keeps communication smooth, and ensures both partners have a constant supply of positivity to work efficiently. According to Dr. Levenson, healthy longevity in relationships isn't about dramatic, once-in-a-while deep conversations. It's about quiet, steady moments that support the bond hour by hour, keeping emotional connection hydrated, active, and youthful. Third, never use contempt during conflict. Dr. Levenson and his colleague Dr. John Gottman strongly advised against allowing contempt to enter your disagreements. Their reasoning was simple but critical. When you flood the conversation with contempt, sarcasm, or eye-rolling during conflict, it poisons the emotional foundation and destroys the respect that holds relationships together. Research from the Gottman Institute shows they can predict divorce with 94% accuracy, largely based on what they call the four horsemen of the apocalypse: criticism, contempt, defensiveness, and stonewalling. Of these four, contempt is the single greatest predictor of relationship failure. Contempt expresses disgust and superiority. It communicates that your partner is beneath you, unworthy of respect. Over time, this leads to emotional erosion, complete breakdown of trust, and a heavier feeling after every interaction. Instead, Levenson recommended using soft startups and repair attempts during disagreements. By keeping your conflict environment respectful, you allow emotional processing to work efficiently, support smooth resolution, and help your relationship maintain the delicate balance needed for optimal health. In essence, this simple habit protects your emotional foundation and ensures your relationship gets the full benefit of working through challenges together. A small but powerful step toward maintaining connection and longevity. Before we learn the practical steps, let's understand why most relationships fail. Most couples try to fix their relationships by painting over the cracks using date nights, gifts, or grand gestures. But the couples Dr. Levenson studied don't paint over the cracks. They prevent them from forming in the first place. They don't neglect daily connection. They simply don't take it for granted. This is the critical key. In our modern world, we are constantly distracted by screens, work stress, and individual pursuits. We come home exhausted, then scroll on our phones, then eat dinner in silence, then collapse into bed. Our emotional connection never happens. To understand why this is dangerous, we have to look at what happens inside relationships when daily attunement disappears. Think of it as emotional starvation. When you consistently fail to create those micro moments of positivity resonance, emotional distance accumulates like debris. Your partner feels unseen. You feel unappreciated. Small resentments pile up. This sounds subtle, but there is a catch. When emotional neglect becomes the pattern, the repair mechanisms shut down. Your relationship cannot build trust and repair wounds at the same time. It is biologically impossible in the emotional sense. Every time you choose your phone over eye contact, you are creating distance, shutting down connection, and closing the door to intimacy. The couples in Dr. Levenson's study kept emotional connection alive through consistent, small, daily moments. They mimicked the habits of couples in long-term marriages who naturally spend large parts of their day in an emotionally responsive state. The exact protocol for lasting connection. Here are 7 practical steps based on Dr. Levenson's research for better connection and relationship longevity, many of which reflect habits seen in couples married 40 years or more. First, create a 6-second kiss ritual every day. Not a peck. A real, intentional kiss that lasts 6 full seconds. This simple act releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, and creates immediate emotional synchrony. Second, practice the 2-minute reconnection. When you first see your partner after being apart, put down everything, make eye contact, and truly greet each other for 2 full minutes. Ask about their day and actually listen. This creates positivity resonance and sets the tone for the entire evening. Third, share your daily wins. Every evening, take turns sharing one good thing that happened that day. This practice of capitalization strengthens your positive perspective and trains your brain to associate your partner with joy rather than just problem solving. Fourth, use soft startups during conflict. When bringing up a concern, start gently. Instead of, "You never help around the house," try, "I've been feeling overwhelmed with chores lately. Can we talk about how to share the load?" This approach keeps contempt out and respect in. Fifth, schedule weekly State of the Union meetings. Set aside 15 minutes every week to check in about the relationship itself. What's working? What needs attention? This prevents small issues from becoming catastrophic ones. Sixth, practice repair attempts during disagreements. When tension rises, deliberately lighten the moment. A gentle touch, a smile, or saying, "I'm sorry, let me start over," can completely shift the trajectory of a conflict. Seventh, create rituals of connection. Whether it's morning coffee together, a Sunday walk, or bedtime conversation, build consistent moments into your routine where connection is the only agenda. The transformation. These simple, mindful connection habits can help you enjoy a relationship that doesn't just survive, but thrives for decades. The key is consistency and intentionality. These small daily habits, much like those observed in couples married for 40 years or more, make emotional connection a simple, supportive part of your routine without overcomplicating life. You are not a victim of circumstance in your relationship. You are the architect of your connection. The couples who make it to 40 years don't have perfect relationships. They have committed practices. They show up for the micro moments. They choose connection over convenience, presence over distraction, and vulnerability over self-protection. Dr. Levenson's research proves that the longevity of your relationship isn't written in the stars or determined by compatibility tests. It's built in the tiny, unsexy daily moments where you choose each other again and again, where you light up together even when you're exhausted, where you celebrate the small wins even when stress is high, where you repair the ruptures even when your ego wants to win. Your relationship will last as long as you are willing to create moments of connection. Start today, 6 seconds, 2 minutes, one shared win. That's all it takes to begin building a love that lasts 40 years, not 4.